With all the classes, homework, clubs, and sports that college guys are involved with, they may have little time to brush up on proper date etiquette. A first date is important in creating a good impression and will help you win over the woman of your dreams. Here are 6 steps for guys to remember when taking a girl out on a first date to help sweep her off her feet. Step 1. Looking the part. First dates are extremely important, and it is necessary that one looks the part in order to ensure the best possibility of future dating possibilities. When considering what to wear, there's a fine line as to underdressed, overdressed, and just right. For example, this person wearing pajamas would not impress a date. Also, if he were to show up wearing a nice suit like this, it would seem too formal and may catch people off guard. The best combination is to look casual and nice at the same time. Khakis and a dress shirt always work, like in this picture. Step 2. Picking her up. Another thing to consider during a first date is transportation. This will most likely be your first encounter with your date for the night, and you always want to start it off on the correct foot. This gentleman thought it would be appropriate to pick up his date with his bicycle. Do not do this, as it will ensure that the female will most likely flee or have a miserable time because she was caught off guard. Also, one does not want to be overprotective like in this scenario.
Just there you go, thanks.
The most reasonable solution to transportation would be to pick up your date with your car and of course open the door for her when arriving, like shown in this scenario. Step 3. Choosing a restaurant. Even though you're in college and money may be tight, a fast food restaurant is not an acceptable place to go on a first date. A girl may assume it is a joke and then things could get awkward. This is a first date. Do not scare the girl away. She needs to get to know you a little bit first before meeting your parents. This is taking things too fast, and a girl on the first date would be very overwhelmed in this situation. This is a perfect place to pick for your first date. It is a nice sit-down restaurant that isn't too cheap or too expensive. It shows that you put in effort and made reservations for your date. In this situation, both people should feel comfortable and be able to carry on a conversation to get to know each other better. Step 4. Drinking and eating. She is not your child. She's an adult now and can very easily cut her own food and feed herself. If you do this, it shows that you are controlling or a father-like figure. She'll be out of there before you know it if you try this move. On the first date, you should be careful what to order. You don't want to eat something that will make a mess of yourself. As time goes on, this may become acceptable, but right now it is not. Another big turnoff on the first date is getting too drunk. It is alright to order alcoholic drinks on the first date. It may even help with your nerves and loosen you up. However, you must be careful not to get drunk. Stick to 1 or 2 drinks, but definitely no shots. In this example, you are showing that you are not a caveman and know how to properly use utensils. You both have 1 drink to lighten the mood, but limit yourself to that. You cut your own food and eat it while carrying on normal conversation. Step 5. Paying. While paying may be one of the most uncomfortable elements of the first date, it is possibly the most important step when regarding proper first date etiquette. It is never acceptable to ask your date to pay, even if you had the worst date of your life. It is also not acceptable to brag about how much money you have. Do not make it rain like this guy. This is not attractive in any way and will be a turn-off to your date. The proper way to pay is to take the check and not allow your date to pay. This step is quite simple. Step 6. Saying goodnight. A very successful first date can be completely ruined without a proper goodnight. It is not acceptable to just high-five your date and say, "See you later," like this guy. It is also not acceptable to invite yourself into your date's home. That will most likely lead to a restraining order and a black eye. It is most appropriate to simply hug your date. Expecting a kiss after a first date can seem too pushy and can be a turnoff. So when you take her out, remember these 6 steps. Dress appropriately. Pick your date up in a vehicle she will be comfortable in. Choose a suitable restaurant. Have good table manners. Pay the entire bill. And give her an appropriate goodnight. If you follow these 6 steps, your chances that she will say yes to a second date are very high.